In 2022, scientists tracking Arctic caribou witnessed something alarming. A herd of over 50,000 animals, known for one of the longest land migrations on Earth, suddenly stopped moving. An early thaw had triggered flooding that wiped out their ancient path. Calves were lost, food sources vanished, and for the first time in recorded history, the migration collapsed. And this is just one example. Across the globe, animal migrations are falling apart. Birds flying thousands of miles now miss their breeding windows. Whales swim into dead zones. Butterflies vanish from once familiar skies. Entire species are getting lost, not because they forgot the way, but because the world has changed beneath them. Migration has always been a natural miracle, a precise dance between instinct and environment. Birds time their journeys with the sun. Fish follow ocean currents. Mammals track the scent of rain and fresh grass. But climate change is throwing those signals into chaos. Seasons are shifting. Winters are shorter. Springs arrive too soon, and extreme weather is more frequent and violent. And animals, many of them finely tuned to environmental cues, are finding themselves completely out of sync. In Europe, pied flycatchers arrive too late to feed on caterpillars that already peaked. In the Arctic, caribou calves are being born before the plants they need to eat have even sprouted. Meanwhile, some species start migrating too early, only to get hit by sudden snowstorms or food shortages along the way. Oceans aren't faring any better. As temperatures rise, marine life is on the move. Krill, the tiny creatures at the heart of the ocean food chain, are drifting toward colder waters, forcing blue whales and humpbacks to follow. But those new areas are riskier, with unfamiliar predators, less food, and even more human interference. Sea turtles are nesting farther north because southern beaches are becoming too hot. But here's something you might not know. The temperature of the sand determines the sex of turtle hatchlings. Warmer sand produces more females. Too warm, and entire generations are born without enough males to sustain the population. And while fish may be able to swim to cooler waters, predators like seabirds and seals often can't follow, breaking ancient food chains and putting entire ecosystems at risk. The Arctic is ground zero. Melting ice is forcing polar bears to swim hundreds of miles to find hunting grounds. Many don't survive the journey. Arctic terns, which migrate from pole to pole, are arriving to breeding. Grounds that are now frequently flooded or too warm. Permafrost is thawing beneath the hooves of caribou, making ancient migration routes impassable. And in the southern hemisphere, the story's the same. Monarch butterflies are losing the milkweed plants their caterpillars need, as rising temperatures and human land use destroy their habitat. In Africa's Serengeti, wildebeest are struggling to find grass due to unpredictable rain and prolonged droughts. Some animals are trying to adapt, shifting their migration routes, changing their timing. But evolution takes time, and the climate is changing faster than many species can keep up. The result is something scientists call a mismatch. The instinct to migrate is still there, but the world they're migrating through no longer fits the pattern. This matters more than most people realize. Migratory species don't just move, they connect ecosystems. Birds pollinate crops and disperse seeds. Insects maintain plant cycles. Fish feed communities. When migrations collapse, so do the systems that keep our planet alive. Humans are already feeling the ripple effects. Declining fish stocks, shifting disease patterns, collapsing food web. And the most vulnerable communities, especially those who rely on natural cycles for farming or fishing, are being hit hardest. But it's not all doom. We can still act. Conservation groups are building wildlife corridors, restoring wetlands, and protecting breeding grounds. Scientists are tracking migrations with satellite tags, uncovering where and how to intervene. Policy changes, reforestation, and cutting carbon emissions all play a role. Migration is one of nature's most powerful symbols, a journey of survival, endurance, and renewal. But right now, that journey is at risk, and the question we face isn't just, will the animals survive? It's, will we allow them to? Because if we protect migration, we're not just saving a behavior, we're preserving the rhythm of life itself.